Good afternoon, everyone. I think that's the statement. It's good afternoon. You've broken the back of the day, so well done. Okay, an awful lot of information being covered today, and I think I want to be really conscious of just giving you a snapshot of some takeaway activities that you can really deliver. I'm going to be tight on time, but I need to make sure that I don't waffle too much, go into tangents and keep it as pointy as I can. Now, brilliantly, my seminar hasn't started yet, so hang on a second. I guess the small talk calendar is ticking now, and I should be doing a lot better. Right, okay. So, pretty punchy title, How Do You Win Big in Search Ads? You know, I think you've got to kind of congratulate yourselves. You're in the right place at the right time. We're faced with, I believe, a momentous change in how user acquisition is going to be applied. So, what kind of gives me the right to stand up here and kind of be listened to? A little bit about us. We're 4 years in doing App Store optimization. A couple of punchy statements: 800 apps, 53 countries. But you know what? The most important one is we were first to market with search ads, with WSJ, with a paid-for campaign, and you can't take that away. Being first is a really exciting piece. So, I kind of enjoy my job. I enjoy it very much. I get to work with the best brands in the world, and I get to be at the cutting edge of delivering brands and apps in terms of the marketplace. Yesterday, we started working with Red Bull. I get to go home and say, hey kids, I work with Red Bull. So it's an exciting place to be. Right, enough about us, enterprise-grade ASO. Let's get into a bit of kind of detail. And if there's going to be a boring slide up here, apologies, I thought I'd drop it in early and then build the conversation back up. We've been doing it for a long time, okay? But the fundamental takeaway from this process is, lots of people talking about App Store optimization. On iOS, we're kind of, I've got a laser here, I'm going to use that. Look at that, boom. It's adolescent still, activities of black hat, still, rife in the marketplace. It's not a mature marketplace. That algo is going to be changing continuously. What is iOS 11 going to bring out in terms of that functionality? So the takeaway from this slide is you want to work with the algorithm. The fundamental piece is that Apple is on your side. It is trying to marry up a user with the right app so that they can do it. And you want to do the same. You want to get your app downloaded by people who use it. So the key takeaway from all App Store optimizations are you're working with that algorithm and you're working in harmony with it. Does everyone kind of agree with that? Or is there any amazing black hat guys in the background there? Oh, nobody actually said anything. Okay. Right, so I guess the focus points about this whole process. The first part here. I've gone backwards there. Sorry. The first part here is App Store optimization isn't something that you just kind of test and trial. Throw 5,000K at it and see how we get on. You have to crack this nut. Your app must be discovered inside the App Store by relevant content. That's the first takeaway from this piece. The second part is search ads works in harmony with your ASO. Okay, so if you've got a PPC agency sitting out in some other place saying, hey, I'm the best SEO company, I'm going to buy all your amazing relevant keywords. If you're not linking in the search ads function, the ASO function, and bringing those two together, relevant keywords that you're going to be buying, you're missing out on the trick, and ultimately, it's just going to be a challenge. You need, there was a Duolingo speaking earlier about organic and paid. You must be working together on that. So that's the first key takeaway is ASO and search ads needs to work in harmony. Obviously, you're going for downloads. It was interesting to hear one of the earlier speakers talking about the visual impact of deep linking. She's absolutely spot on. How are you reinforcing that search behavior with your visuals in terms of that environment? The key and number one takeaway from this whole slide, and it was interesting seeing the panelists up here saying, hey, what's the number one thing you need to take away? Really contentious, but they're all absolutely wrong. The number one takeaway is engagement. If you are not monitoring engagement inside your app, all these other activities are just costs and they're vanity metrics and they're la, okay? Engagement is the number one metric. There are lots of great companies out there that can help you manage and monitor your engagement. Your takeaway is That's what you're looking for. If you're not achieving that, you're not working with the algorithm and you're not getting your positions right. Okay, everyone with me so far? Look at that amazing people showing their hands at the back there. Okay, a couple of examples. Apple's done a pretty good piece here, and you know, I think it's really important. It's not intuitive. It's very intuitive. You know, it's not in your face. You're selling the brand. You're positioning it at the top of the market there. It's subtle. It's casual. People are going to go there. You've got to protect your brand in terms of that appearance there. And I kind of feel, you know, interesting to see eBay there. I know they're moving into this space. It's still a virgin market, but they must react to it. You can't have your brand being taken by other companies. You've got to protect it, and you've got to move fast on it. It's still early days, though. Okay, so in terms of just, I guess, the understanding, you've got programmatic, and you've got display, and you've got all these traditional advertising formats that we're all used to. You've got to come at it that these... I love that when that happens, it's great. So I'll just wing it. So you've got to come at it from the point where these brands are, the users are pre-sold, okay? They're trying to find your app. You've advertised. They're trying to find your business. They're trying to find your app, and they're going to try and download it. So understand that they're pre-sold. You're not shouting at them. Just reassure them that, hey, I'm the right app. And this is very much supported, and I think I'm going too far, so I'm going to dial it down now. 65% of all of your downloads are coming by people searching for the App Store. So if you're not discoverable, you're missing out a big trick in terms of that statistic there. Okay, so search ads. Just some punchy pieces here, very transparent with the intentional drop T. Don't know why it's intentional, I'm just making that up. So when you buy a keyword, you can work out lifetime value and what it actually means. You're removing the vanity metrics of certain elements of ASO. So you buy a keyword, you can work out the lifetime value of what that pound or what that dollar got you. Supporting that, you can control your spend. If it's 4 cents or 5 cents you want to spend on a tab, then yeah, control it. You can set your bid prices, you can set your return on investment. It's very controllable. Geo-based, and it's not geo to the device as in location enabled as we recognize it. It's geo-based to the iTunes Connect account. Okay, so just have an understanding of that fact that it's not live geo, it's geo to the iTunes Connect account. And another piece here, you know, it's great to see a lot of ASO companies talking about the relevance of metadata, but if you're a taxi app and you don't put the word taxi inside your metadata, how is the algorithm ever going to know you're a taxi app from the off? So your metadata must be relevant in that regard. Does that all make sense in terms of the parameters around ASO? Lots of head nodding there. Okay, so bid strategy, and you know, a quick show of hands, I guess. Who's actually done a search ads campaign and who's actually applied some search ads thinking? Okay, so that's really encouraging to see. Did you all get your spend away really quickly and was surprised about the amount of revenue that you generated in like a heartbeat? Yeah, no hands. Don't try and force your budget. Just because your MD or your chief marketing operator says, hey, let's have a go at this, we need to be seen to do search ads, I'm going to put 10,000 K in there and let's push that button. It's not that process. It's still an early market. Don't try and force your budget. Focus on the right KPIs, engagement and cost per acquisition. That's the first lesson. It does scale. I'll come back to that piece. Secondly, fight the battles that you can win. If you're a gaming app and you're just going to buy game, you're going to be spending $80 a tap. Yeah. So, you know, just go for terms similar to how you do in App Store optimization. Go for terms that you know you're going to win and drive that bid strategy. And ultimately, you will get the big terms, but get them at a commercial rate that's right for you guys. Train hard, race easy. I did the New York Marathon with my client WSJ, and trust me, if you can train hard, race easy, it's the right way around. What I'm referring to on this one, your work goes into your metadata, the keywords, the words that you're going to go for, the tweaking around that, the relevancy of that. That's where you train hard, okay? When you're racing and you're dialing up your spend, that's easy. You know, when you actually go to buy these terms, if you've built up the conversion history and you've built up that relevancy, you'll get your spend away. So train hard, race easy. Get the right metadata into your app. Yeah, my gosh. Understand reverse bid auctions, 22 pages worth of algorithmic process. That takes some serious reading. Simple bit of it, though, is if two of you are coming in at $10 a tap, one of you is going to be ending up spending $10. So think about reverse bid auctions, so incremental bidding, times of day, a little bit of gold in this one. If at the end of the day people's budgets have run out, you're more likely to get a lower cost per tap. Yeah, at the end of the month, when everyone's forced their budgets out to hit their KPIs, yeah, you're going to get more impressions, and you'll get them cheaper. So understand that as a kind of those parameters. Oh, camera moment. Sorry. Okay, so a little bit of I guess the insights. Now we've done 200 campaigns and we learn continuously. It is brand spanking new. Okay, so this is the API itself, or the dashboard, or whatever you call it. And Apple's released a keyword suggestion tool, and you load your app, you build your campaign, and it gives you some great words that you can have you can suggest. It gives you some suggestions, but before you just start clicking and adding words wishfully, hopefully, and sorry to just sort of say, Apple, you haven't nailed it, but, live TV. If your user puts in live TV and your app gets that advert and you tap it and the download happens and they go to watch that live TV and it doesn't have live TV content, he deletes the app and then he undoes that and that gets fed back into the algorithm. So just apply relevancy. Okay, are these words really relevant to my app? Does my app function in the way that it's been described? And also know that you need to build conversion history against those words, or you won't get the spend away. So common sense, take the terms, use them, yeah, but apply common sense to how you're analyzing those pieces. Right, okay, search match. Man, this is gold, okay? I'm almost worried that Apple's in the room here, but Search Match is absolutely gold. They're giving you insights to how the App Store is operating, that vision for both. They're telling you what words people put in and what words clients got that got you that download, okay? But you need to learn from that, not just rely on it, okay? You need to learn from it. So understanding that the words that get you those traffics, how do you utilize those? Are you using them on Android, on iOS? Are you seeding them into your metadata? What is your process around that, okay? Hopefully that would make sense. But also, yeah, be cautious. If you're getting recommendations on competitor brands and suddenly they put a cost per tap at $50, hey, guess what? You're paying $50 for someone else's brand, and if you're not getting that conversion or that engagement, you're kind of wasting your spend, okay? Right. It's great, though. I like it. The kind of sit up and listen moment, I guess. The reason that I'm standing here talking to you and saying that this is incredibly important to you. SEO, in the gray there, 2.7% conversion rate. We're achieving, on a couple of campaigns, 57%. As an agency, we're achieving 61% conversion rates. That means when one of those adverts gets shown up there, the person that taps it, 57% are going to download my app. I almost kind of want to leave that stat up there, but I won't. I'll move on. CPAs, SEO-based for a premium app in the marketplace. This is straight out of Google's website, sitting at $59 to get my user in there, and I'm achieving it at $1.95. This is today's rate. These are live now, okay? This is not just thrown out there in a quick stat to impress people. This is what is happening right now. Is it going to be like that in a year's time? I don't know. I don't think so. But it's live now. Okay, so it's easy for me to come and talk about amazing conversions and amazing stats and saying, hey, look, this is really important and great. Is it scalable, though? Okay, so this is live. This is live now. $160 worth of spend, $160,000 worth of spend, gave me 111,000 downloads. I knew I was going to get that wrong. I couldn't say it properly. Okay, but 57% conversion rate. Understanding that instruction I gave in the beginning, is my engagement going up? Yeah, I'm getting the right users. 80p a tap. This is fantastic stuff. Now, that people got budgets for $160,000. That's great, but that's one app, one country, and this thing's scaling to multiple countries, multiple apps. I won't be surprised if the search ads business will be, 2 to 10 million per account in terms of revenue. And at 57% conversion rate, that's the right audience that you're acquiring. Okay, next slide. So I wanted to give you guys a bit of time back into your day. So I have accelerated my speech to make it as punchy and as poignant as possible. The key takeaways, to summarize this bit back up here. This is not something that you have a little play with now. I've been talking ASO for 5 odd years, and the number of people said, "Oh, really? I'm not sure." You have to do it, okay? And it's a go-to market piece. You need to rank inside the App Store for more than just your brand name. You need to support, and when you do it properly, you get money. They download it, and you get increase of downloads, and it's sustained. It doesn't go anywhere. It's brilliant. Conversion rates, they're scaling, and it's sustainable. These two supporting each other, search ads, make it the ROI of using search ads as a feature, as a function. It's the cheapest in the marketplace for my clients. I'm thrashing Facebook, I'm thrashing Twitter in terms of how I spend my clients' budgets, and they all want lots of it. Conversion costs. My comparisons of all the other, I heard someone speaking about Snapchat earlier, really excited about bringing that forum on there. Is it going to be cheaper than this? I'm not sure. These people are pre-sold. They're looking to find it. And I guess the final and most important piece as I open this presentation is, am I acquiring the right user? Am I working in harmony with how that algorithm? And if you're watching just your iTunes Connect account, if that's the only metric you've got, and you're looking at your engagement metric, I'm achieving 83% increase in engagement. Yeah. So I'm ticking all the right boxes, and I've got a sustainable business going forward. So I'm really excited to have had the chance to speak to you all up here. It's such a relief getting this information out of me, because I'm really excited about where this business is going. And if there's any questions about the functionality around search ads, please reach out to me. There we go. All right, that's it. Big thank you.